How is Relay? Hi, good morning, and welcome to the BVI Music Beach Festival media launch. We will discuss some stuff today. We'll take questions for the media. We have Guava Berry Springs in the house and JTV. But first and foremost, I would like to say thanks to the British Virgin Islands government, the Tourist Board, for assisting us in executing this year's BVI Music Festival. And of course, and foremost, you, the people of the British Virgin Islands, who will be attending this year's 2025 BVI Music Beach Festival in King Garden Bay. So with that, we'll talk a little bit about the festival this year. We know it's a little short notice, and there's particular reasons for that, but we decided to still go forward and do the festival this year to keep the momentum going, seeing that the agreement came from the government that it's not going to be two festivals like last year, which was good. So we want to keep the momentum going. The idea is something smaller this year, and we build on 2026. We will start working and launching artists for 2026 by as early as next month, July or August, so we can market around one big act, get so people can book hotels, airfare, work with the restaurants, and different aspects. Of course, for those who don't know me, my name is Ronford Klein from King Garden Bay, and I've been chosen to take the lead of the BVI Music Festival. So what we have done differently this year, of course you notice, we've gone back to original name and add beach. I would just like to say, Frank started this thing in around 1999 or 2000. I'm not sure which year it was. The media might be able to help with that. This one on the left. I think it's 2000. And it was a great idea. It was the first music festival, beach music festival in the world, to tell you the truth, outside of St. Lucia's Festival. But just to give the people, the right people, a prompt, I know this talk started on Skelton Block down in town years ago. That's where they used to hang out. So just fast forwarding in bringing it, keeping it on the beach. It's building a structure. Last year was the first time we came back. There was, of course, the two festivals. Now there's going to be one. So going forward, there's going to be one. There's going to be one united with the government, assisted with the Tourist Board. It's still a private event with investors investing right here in the Bay and other outside investors. So with that said, welcome to BVI Music Festival, and the dates are June 28th and 29th. 27th and 28th. I'm sorry, the 29th is a poker run, which I can mention also. So on the 27th, seeing that it's such a short time period, we don't have the big international acts that people would expect. But like I said, we are creating a vibe. We have about 5 or 6 local acts and about 3 international acts. Now today I can only announce 2 of the 3 international acts. We still haven't confirmed one yet, so we can't announce that. But we can start with the local acts for the Friday night. So the Friday night it's going to be rock and roll, Latin, and soca. So we're going to try and go a little diverse it. Like I said, 2 out of those 3 is local bands. And in between that, we're going to have DJs. Where a DJ repping your flag, repping your country. Whether it's from St. Vincent, or we're going to try and start from Guyana, come right up. And And just that the idea is to really draw out the people for a festive event. We'll get to the price last. We have our tickets right here. Tickets go on sale as of today. We got tickets. Don't worry, we got tickets, sir. And then a Saturday night is also soca with the DJs and reggae, conscious reggae, and then dance hall. That's a Saturday night. And for the artists for the Saturday night, the international artists, we do have those. We will have early on MJ Blue and his son and his band performing kind of a sunset. We want to get out early so you can enjoy the sunset, and that's the whole beauty about the beach. As early as 7, I mean, if people come out at 6, you'll still catch the sunset. Sunset goes on at 6:45 by the end of next month. So that is the idea, is creating a vibe. We're gonna have some dancers. We're gonna do some stuff differently. I don't want to give out too much. I want people to come out and experience it. But I think it's gonna be a great time. The venue is the same way it was last year, right here on the beach, in front of Reimers. There'll be 2 collection points, which the main one will be right here by Reimers. 1 or 3 collection points. One by Quito's and the other one by Elms. So people will have access the same way as last year. The parking situation will be more or less the same. We're also going to be doing a shuttle from the same location, Pier Park, Carrot Bay, and on top of the hill for the people who want to shuttle in. The price is going to remain the same. I think it was anywhere from $8 to $12. Don't hold me to it, and we'll have that out eventually on our site, the BVI Music Festival site. I would just like to say thanks to Rodney Skelton with the original website that was there before. He allowed us to become part of that site and update it with the new logo, hence, and a lovely BVI flag, because of the amount of followers we had on that page already. So even though people have worked on the festival in the past, we're still working together, we're networking, and that's what I like, create that unity. So like I said, so now the artists we announced the local artists for the Friday night. We can't announce the main artists for the Friday night. So we'll go to the Saturday night. Like I said, the Saturday night, we'll have MJ Blues, his band, a DJ, Sister Joyce will be performing also, then another DJ repping his flag, repping the country. And then to close out the evening, we're gonna have iOctane, who's a conscious reggae singer, for those who know him. I know of some of his music. And I have to get this name right for the last one. I cannot. Collado is the dance hall artist. I do know a couple of the songs. That's for the younger, I'm young, but the younger people in the BVI. And that's dance hall. So that is a lineup. Like I said, it's not a big lineup. They're not big artists, but we're having a festival to keep the momentum going. 2026, we guarantee you we're going to have the big artists because we'll have the whole year to plan. We'll have the funding from the government and the private sector ahead of time, because in soliciting funds from companies like Flow, they need to put this stuff in their budget. So it's good that we're doing this kind of a pre-2026 festival, 2025, to keep the momentum going. We didn't want to skip a year because last year we had 2 with conflict, and then nothing this year, and then so we're coming in 2026. So I will pause at this moment. I could take questions. If any questions is there to ask, and we could continue.
All right, so Cindy Rosen, Guavaberry Media. I have a few questions. So the organizers from last year, the one VI Poker Run organizers, are they involved in this year?
The volunteers, yes. They're
No,
involved.
the organizers.
Yeah.
The Turnbull.
Trumbo?
Michael Turnbull.
How to answer that? Not this year. He's taking a step back with that this year.
Is there any bad blood?
No, we're family.
That doesn't mean anything. One thing we have in the BVI is bad blood between families.
Okay, let me answer that. So on the 27th and the 28th is a music festival on the beach. On the 29th is what?
Poker Run.
Poker Run. Where is Poker Run held?
I'm just asking.
At Paradise.
I'm just asking.
So there's
question.
no bad blood.
When I say bad blood, I don't necessarily mean between you, as you said, like the government is now involved.
Yeah.
And they held the festival last year. There is conversations, floating around about, how much the government did or did not support them.
Yeah.
We know the frictions that were happening between the two poker music fests last year. So that's why my question about bad blood, not necessarily you and Michael. But,
okay. The organization, yeah.
Yes.
No, they're very much supportive. Like I said, where the difference comes in is some thought we should not do the festival
For this year.
And that's basically where the law drawing. And I felt it will be a gap. And you don't want a gap and keeping that momentum going. Even though even if it was just gonna be local, I think, without any international influence, we can do it. There's a lot of talent here and you can find it. And still use some of the funding to lock in our artists next year. And that is a key thing, Cindy, is being able to have some funding as early as August to start locking in the artists and not waiting till next year to get the major funding from the government to start locking in artists. And that's what I'm excited about, because with being able to lock in one artist, I can market around an artist. I can go to hotels and say, listen, we have this is a date, and we are changing the date. I'll get back to that. This is the date. This is who's coming. We're going to be adding more as we go on. So start letting your customers know, put it on your website. I have some different views on how to manage this festival. I'm really going to build a website, and it's going to be 365 a year, where we market to the hotels. The issue, the thing with the festival I had known when Frank had it, it was the biggest tourist draw in the BVI, hands down. And I don't have to Google it or anything. This draw more tourists than BVI festival, and we know this, and you've been around long enough. So with that, and this is why I really push to really keep it in King Arthur, because we have the beach, we have the ambience, and now we just have to do the work and building back that backbone that we had before. Because Frank ran it for 10 years. I was a part of a committee that did it for 3 years with government support. Rodney did it for 2 years under the tourist board, and then it went away for 13 years or something like that, 12 years. So bringing it back, the idea, the structure is there, is just to build back those blocks on how do we go forward and maximizing on government funding, the private sector, the Kingambe community funding, and how to continue to market throughout the year to get people in, not just for the festival. And that's why I want to get across to the media, to people in the BVI, to government. This is not just about the festival. This is about marketing. I'm going to market the BVI. I have a business in Kingambe, Paradise, as you know. So my fund is marketing. So, and marketing all year is when I market the festival, I'm marketing the BVI. Whether it's Maria's by the Sea, Treasure Isle, car rental, Airbnb, we can fill all of them throughout the year with marketing for the festival. We have 2 festivals. We have BVI Music Festival, and we call it Carnival actually. So I'm not going to go with against how they do their thing, but I'm planning to take a different path. I'm planning to go a different road on how to reach. You see those yachts out there? That's one of the reach we haven't convinced them to be part of this festival. How they can, when they have guest booking for, we put in a date back to Memorial Day weekend, which is now,
Okay.
last weekend.
Last weekend.
And the reason for that is, it's the better date.
Okay.
It's a better date because you have Memorial Day weekend and you have 2 months in between, and you have Carnival. And we're not going to be conflicting with St. John, whose festival is going to be starting July, and we're not going to be conflicting with St. Kitts Music Festival. But what do we gain by coming back to May? We gain that Monday's a holiday. We get a lot of Puerto Ricans. We get a lot of St. Thomians coming over, sing Croy, and guess what? There's still a poker run on the Sunday. Leverett Brick Poker Run. So everybody will get advertising. Leverett Brick Poker Run will get advertising under our umbrella regardless. Because guess what? I want people to go to the poker run for the day, experience that. It's all about the experience. And then come back to the beach and have another experience in the night. My idea is to create an experience. When I travel for a festival, if I don't get the experience, and that's why we travel. You know, you could bring up St. Kitts Music Festival. You know, somebody called me and said, Ron, do you realize St. Kitts Music Festival is the same time as ours? I said, yes, I do. It was the same thing last year. I said, but what percentage of people that leaves BVI to go to St. Kitts Music Festival? Now, how much money do you need to have in your pocket to go to St. Kitts Music Festival? At least $2,500. That's minimum. How much money do you need to have in your pocket this year to come to the BVI Music Festival? If you have $80, if you have $60, you can come and have a good time. If you have $100, you can have an excellent time.
Be careful, we're gonna hold you based on the economy. We're gonna hold you to those prices right there.
You're gonna hold me to the prices?
Right
when I tell you what the ticket prices are, you might buy one right off the bat.
Well, thank God I'm media.
Okay, thank God I'm media. So, like I said, the idea this year, you know, I have 2 people next to me. One is my marketing person, and this is Catherine, my accountant, and my go-to person. We have some other people. JTV is one of my official sponsors for media. Kelvin, as you know, is my official photographer. Going to be my official photographer for the festival. And my idea behind it is to get some great capture photos so we can have to sell, to market. So that's the idea. So hence some other stuff I'm doing in the festival. We're going to have some fire dancers. We're going to have some people dancing on stilts, hopefully. I haven't reached out to him yet. We're going to have some girls on the boxes. Just creating a vibe. You create a vibe, but the whole idea behind that is to sell the festival. So when people see it on the website, when people see it on Facebook, for the younger ones, when they see it on TikTok and whatever else is out there, they will say like, wow, Mom, let's go to the BVI. They're having this beach festival. It looks great. So that's the idea. You know, and so with that said, now, you said you want to hold me to we have tickets. Tickets are out.
I have some more questions.
Okay.
And I think Kathy.
Kathy, you have questions? Kathy, I always have questions.
I have a couple questions left. So, are all the businesses on King Garden be involved, like in this close region?
So what we did this year differently, I won't say is being a chairman or president of the committee. What I anticipate, what I said to them in the committee meetings we had, I've created a community, taking one person from each business to be part of that committee. I have, it's in 2 parts. I have my media and thing where we make the decision. But the reason for that was, I think in the past years, so many businesses felt that when the festival happened, this is from Frank days, they wasn't sure what was going on, what was being organized, so I think it's essential, even though we might meet maybe once a quarter or closer to the years, to have one person. So we have one person from Let's get it right. Rhythm and Sands, Kingame Beach Hotel, one person from Paradise, one person from Rymers, one person from Elms. We haven't reached out to Mayat yet, I'll be honest. And other people in the community who wants to be part of that. I spoke to a lot of people say they're interested in being, because we need volunteers, and being part of it to execute a lot of different aspects of executing the festival.
So that was then gonna be my next question. When you say we, like who makes up the committee? Sorry, just the people that you mentioned, or the other outside.
There's gonna be other outsiders.
Who makes up the committee now?
Well, right now we're still building it. If people want to reach out and want to be part of the committee, fine. They can call me at my number. I reach out to a few people, and I think I can mention his name, Michael Hayes. Being in the 2nd District, my idea is to try and get one person from Josephson. Like I reach out to my good friend Ran. I don't just go by Foxy's. Even though the festival is not in Josephson, like I reach out to them. I reach out to Michael Haston in Bruce Bay, so he's willing to be a part of it. Marvin Haston, not Michael Haston. I'm sorry, Marvin Haston. I can hear the correction. And so that way, because my vision. Now this is my vision.
You mentioned a name that. Can you mention that name publicly?
Which name?
When we came, you were waiting on someone. Do you want to mention that name or not now?
Which name?
That couldn't make it.
Oh, promoter? Oh, a promoter. One of the best promoters in the BVI, Kenny Thompson.
Okay, so he's working with you.
He's working. He is a promoter. Without him, this won't be possible.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
so things like that we want to know.
Without Kenny, it won't be possible. Without the government of the BVI, like I said, thanks to the Premier and the Finance Ministry of Finance for their support, and like I said, really and truly, as you said, there's a lot of politics around when it comes to festival. But yes, Kenny's on board. He wanted to be here, but he had some issues at the dock. So it is when you run other businesses. So.
And then my final question to you is, what is the government's financial injection for this year, and what have they committed to going forward to make sure the event is successful?
The injection this year was smaller than anything else. I won't put a figure to it. I'm sure you'll find out. But you've been around. Our request next year for the festival, which is going to be 3 days, is somewhere around $600,000, to be honest, in order to bring proper and good acts. You're going to have to need that. I'm not sure which part of that, how much of that will be funded by government. I can't say.
That's your budget.
That's the budget.
Okay.
So,
so give us a ballpark for government this year. Give us a ballpark.
We'll give you a ballpark of what was given
for this year.
It's over $100,000. And as of course you know, $100,000 for 2 nights. Hence why we're doing Artists on Track at a short notice, because we're not going to be able to get any big artists right now, and plus the monies. Given all the logistics around doing the stage and all of that. So, but like I said, I thank the Premier and Ministry of Finance for that, because without that, it wouldn't have been a festival. And that's the facts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Kathy Richards, JTV. For last year, did you break even? Did you make a profit, or did you make a loss?
We ran a loss.
By what margin?
Enough.
Enough of a margin.
Enough of a margin to say ouch.
Yeah. Okay. And did the government stand up to its commitment last year? Did you receive whatever monies were promised to you?
We received some funding. What was promised, I can't put a direct figure on what was promised, but we did receive some funding. Now, with that said, like I said, of course, the government had a festival last year also. the Premier did commit some funding to us, and we got, I would say, most of that or all of it. I wasn't directly involved with the financial end, so
Okay.
I know some did come.
So why you decided you were going to take on this mandate and run with this, despite others who previously ran with it, expressing the opinion that you shouldn't do it this year?
Well,
Is there anything personal in it for you?
personal? No. This is more work for me. What's personal in this for me is creating an idea it's keeping an idea that somebody created. And like I said, when Frank had the festival, I used to love to come down on his beach for those of you who know me from years ago, in my shorts and have a good time. And I think when it went away, for various reasons, it was a big loss to the BVI. When I took over this establishment here at Paradise about 8 years ago, I had a overall plan, and one of them was hopefully to see someday the music festival come back into King Allenby. So yes, I wouldn't say personal, but I would say I will do what I have to do from my end and my business end to keep it going, because that's what I did last year. I invested monies into it to get it started.
Nothing.
And from a business owner, I see things as an investment. I see how will I recoup my investment over the years to come via the music festival. And the only way to do that is to keep it going. And that's why when I talk to certain people about not having it this year, I think that would have been a grave mistake to have that gap. Even if I had to probably go up on that stage and sing, and I can sing. My last name is Klein. So ain't too many Kleins you know that can't sing. You just haven't heard me sing. That's just, so I can get Donna with me. I get some people out there. So that is the idea. The idea is, and believe it or not, a lot of people in the community, they wanted it, but just the question was who would lead. Now, did I want it to lead? Not necessarily, but after all the mechanics and going around, no one else was there to take the lead. So I said, okay, I'll take the lead.
Okay. You talk about a collaboration among the businesses along the beach.
Mm-hmm.
This benefits all who exist along here. Are they financially investing in this? Are they putting any monies towards the cost of this?
Not a whole lot. Some businesses support is not necessarily financial. It's sometimes like it's more of a location. I know in talking to the new owners of Mark, they will help us with the hotel rooms and stuff.
Okay.
Elms also will help with hotel rooms. Rima will normally help us with because of the location of where the stage goes. Last year we had a VIP and the roof and that's going away. It's going away forever. Because in my view, and I think for the future, a beach festival, you have everybody in an equal platform. We might build a little platform years to come, maybe 5 years ago. Because you come down to enjoy the beach. The VIP thing, I'm not too keen on it. When Frank had it, he used to come down here, right? You remember you were younger then? He used to come down in your nice swimsuit. Now walk in my Speedos and my nice legs. And you have a good time. So, and that's what I want to bring back. I want to bring back that real vibe and even have a day event on a Saturday, something going on. Whether for the people who don't want to come out in the night, we give them something where they could bring the family to the beach and just have a fun day. But come 6 o'clock, you're going to have to evacuate if you're not going to stay. Then we're going to ask you for your ticket. So, yes, I think I have more love for it than I know, because else I want to take it on.
Okay. I remember last year we had to deal with doing some reconstruction of the beach in a certain area, especially where you had the stage. Looking at it being towards the end of June, and usually we do have some rains. It is likely. How prepared are you now to make sure? Because I remember that cost a lot in terms of getting that set.
Well, I'm hoping we don't get any too much rainfall in June, where it will, as you know, you're talking about the pond there, where the pond will break, because that could put us into additional costs that we really can't afford. But keeping a thumbs crossed. Hence, if that is a factor, because of the not expected as large crowd that I think we had last year, we will be pulling the stage forward a little bit, maybe out of the way of that.
You truly think that you wouldn't have such a large crowd this year?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't truly think. It's just that with a shorter marketing time, even for the locals, like I said, we anticipate maybe 800 to 1,000 people. I don't know. I might be wrong, Kathy, but I don't like to over project.
Okay.
I'd rather take the lower end than the higher end. And our low end is 800 to 1,000 people.
Okay. Well, how would you respond to those who would say, you're looking next year to bring it forward where it collaborates or it comes parallel in the range of the Leverick Bay Poker Run. So why are you not doing it to support your one VIE Poker Run? Why are you going more to support?
Because it's two entities. It's always been two entities. And like I said in the beginning, bringing it back to the original date, it's the best date for getting more people on the island, especially from St. Thomas, St. Croix, not conflicting with St. John's Carnival and St. Kitts Music Festival.
Okay, some persons on the live are asking again for the lineup, and you show us the ticket, but you did not say
the price,
the cost for.
Well, I'm gonna leave that for last.
Yeah, well, I think we don't close.
So,
to
like
last.
I said, they actually go to line up. You go to line up. So, so the tickets. Let's discuss the tickets. Like I said, I'm about marketing. We have two tickets. We have the Friday night ticket and the Saturday night ticket. And the ticket price is $30.
30?
30.
Okay.
That's a good price?
Yeah.
Is that a good price? You think that's a good price?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what you're getting?
Yeah, and if
right?
We're not having VIP.
And if you're buying for both nights, you get it at
$30. No, that's it. So here's the thing with the ticket price. So this is the ticket price, right? What we're gonna be doing from today. All the ticket locations are identified yet. One of them is here at Paradise. One is at Infinite Solutions. Who else?
Experience.
Well, not yet. We can't mention that. But you can call. You can call Paradise. This is a ticket price. This is a price you will pay at the gate. Also. So therefore, what's the advance price? There is an advance price.
$10.
Oh, Cindy, come on! Don't kill me! Don't kill me.
$20 if you.
$20 gets you, and we know a normal jamming total is $20. And the idea is to get people excited about getting a ticket early. This advanced ticket price will run till right after Father's Day, probably the 20th, June 20th. I don't know if it'll be extended based on the sales, but we want people to go out and come out and get their ticket early, get their ticket at it. And that's why I said, remember I said, if you have $60 in your pocket, you could have a good time at the festival because the ticket you pay $20 for that ticket, you got $40 for drinks. But if you have $80 or $100, you can have a really good time with your friends for that $100. $100 for our festival in BVI, $2,500 to go to St. Kitts. We know a lot of people can't afford that, but a lot of people have that $100. They can say, well, ain't nothing much going on this weekend. Let's go down to King Garden Bay and enjoy the vibe. Like I said, the two artists we mentioned, I think they're good artists. We will hopefully by as late as Friday this week announce the final soca artist for the Friday night. And I think we have a good local lineup. We have, like I said, we have the Toads. That's a rock and roll band. You've heard of them, right?
Yeah.
And they will draw out, hopefully, the expat crowd.
And locals.
And locals.
Because we love them.
And then we have 3Gs, which is really growing into a international band. They will be playing some of their new songs and Latin. We have a break in between there with a DJ. And then after them, we'll have I'll have my dancers for photo ops. Then we'll have maybe one DJ or two DJ, and then the soca artists. For our host, Dre is going to be hosting the Saturday night, and we have a surprise host for the Friday night.
Have there heard any soca artists in the BVI or local?
Like I said, budget, timeline. As you know, last year with technical difficulties, the event run into 4 o'clock in the morning. I want to say that won't happen at my watch. I want to create an experience. So we want people to come out from as early as 7 o'clock. We hopefully want to be done by 12 o'clock, and you stay for the after party with the DJs. That's the idea. I've traveled a lot to different festivals, and I've gotten that experience. It's always a good experience. In my years of staying in the BVI, even with our festival, being up till 3 or 4 o'clock to wait to hear artists, I think it's a bit late. So we want to be on time, and even going forward, that's going to be the idea. Like I said, we're on the beach, so people come down 6 o'clock and want to take in the sunset. Hey, I know a lot of people don't come to King Garden for the sunset, but if you're coming for the festival and you pay that $20, maximize on your $20, getting a free sunset and a picture with a drink, send it to your friends for the next night. So $20, guys, $20, folks,
That's the early bird.
Get you the early bird ticket. Going on sale from today as soon as we get the rest tickets. We have some, we don't have all, but if you call, you can reserve your ticket. We won't deny your name, we won't deny your money. You'll get a receipt if you didn't have a ticket. And it's $20 each night, and I think that's a fair price.
That's it for me.
That's it for you?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank the BVI. I want to thank the social media for showing up, and I hope you get this out there. The more that you can put out about the festival, like I said, we have the Friday night is rock and roll, Latin and soca. We have the type of Toads, 3Gs, international DJs in between from each country repping their flags. And then we'll launch that soca artist, like I said, hopefully by Friday. Saturday night, the lineup is complete. MJ Blues, little rock and roll on the beach, watching the sunset, and he performed really well. DJs in between, then Sister Joyce performs her smooth reggae conscious vibes. Couple DJs in between, and right after her again we have the international reggae artists. Will be one DJ in between, and then the dance hall artists. And then after that we'll have the after party with a DJ, international DJ that we can't mention him yet because it's not locked in, but he has a lot of energy. He's been to the BVI a few times, but people like him. So the idea is to try and bring artists that we know on a short notice, that we get the people to come out.
Oh, quickly, so you have 2 international artists on the Friday night and 1 on the Saturday night?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Saturday night is reggae and dance hall.
Okay.
And then Friday night is, even though some of the DJs in between might be playing some soca, but the artists are rigging that up. And then the Friday night is, as I said, little rock and roll, little Latin, and little soca. And that's my idea for next year, is to bring a diverse, even on an international basis. I really want to get a good Latin band. We haven't had a good Latin artist here since Daddy Yankee. And that's when I was part of that event, when we took it over, and might have been 2009. You around, Catherine? So that's the idea. And then also something for, who likes the rock and roll type. So we can draw that crowd from across the BVI and an international crowd. If we want international people coming to the thing, we have to try and be diverse with the artists. And hopefully, and really hopefully, if things work out and Kenny does his magic, if we can lock in an artist by the weekend of the festival, we will announce that artist for our 2026 bid. Which dates are, the dates? It will be May.
The last weekend in May.
Last weekend in May, before Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the dates, but
And
because
we
of
believe in Kenny's magic.
Huh?
And we believe in Kenny's
I believe in Kenny's magic. Yeah.
Alright.
So, all right. Thank you for coming. And I look forward to seeing you on the beach, BVI.